Well, we're back in the truck again. At least we're not on the roof.
Well, we're back in the car again.
Well, at least you're out of the tree.
What am I doing? It's 4:30 p.m. on Friday and the rear AC on the rig hums but won't turn on. So I climbed up on the roof to see if I could figure out why. My dad was an air conditioning refrigeration mechanic, and I'm hoping that at least a little of what he tried to teach me will have rubbed off on me right about now. I took my handy multimeter and a screwdriver. You know, guys gotta have these things to open things up. After making sure I cut all the power to the rig at the pedestal. The unit is a 1500 BTU Coleman Mach with heat pump and seems pretty straightforward. Once the cover was off, I found the access panel to the capacitors. This unit has two caps, one for the fan and a separate for the compressor. I used an insulated metal screwdriver to short the terminals, discharging the capacitors, and after taking pictures, I disconnected the smaller, which is a 7.5 microfarad cap, and had two wires connected, one brown and one brown with a white stripe. Another picture, disconnected it, and my first test with the meter was to set it on ohms and see if there was a dead short, and that's basically continuity between either of the two poles and the case. There was. I thought, wow, how lucky. Found the problem right off the bat. I hurried down the ladder and called 3 local RV supply shops. Of course, it was the last one who had the capacitors in stock. It was getting closer to 5 p.m. and closing time for the weekend. So I hopped into the truck to try and get what I needed. 5 minutes before closing, I arrived at the shop and showed the nice parts lady the picture of the caps and their labels. She checked and had both in stock. Rather than take a chance, because I neglected to test the second capacitor, I told her that I'd take both. Okay, here's a rant. I know folks have to make a living, but I also know that people in need oftentimes fall prey to those who would take advantage of your situation, knowing that it's going to be a long weekend and no one else had the parts. It cost $100 for these 2 caps. Ouch! A little later, a quick search online showed that I could have bought both caps for just under half what I paid. Man, that stings. But, like Shelley says, it is what it is. I hurried back to the RV, and late in the afternoon here in Arizona, a roof on a clear day is not a place you want to be. The replacement went without a hitch. A close-up pic of the way the caps were wired, simple spade connectors, and I thought I'll just change them both out. That went quickly after making sure that I had discharged the old and new capacitors before handling them. Those things can pack quite a punch. The last thing I needed at my age is getting knocked off the roof like a cartoon cat by a 330 volt capacitor. Bingo, it started right up. Pretty proud of myself, right? I guess it was time for another lesson in humility. The next day, the AC tried to start again, but hummed for a couple of moments before turning over. Now I was worried that I had missed something, but it seemed to run okay.
Ghost in the machine. Plug in to your worst nightmare.
Another day later, it hummed again without starting, and out of frustration, I banged on the roof next to the register with my fist. The unit came to life. The bearings in the fan must be wearing, causing it to need a bigger kick to spin. Grandma always said, if it don't work, get a bigger hammer. I got on the line and called the local suppliers again. They wanted nearly $400 for that motor. It can't be that much. So a deeper search came up with a supply company who offered it at $103 with a new start cap. When I checked again locally, all but one told me that people who ordered online parts usually had problems getting motors with different dimensional shafts, which were a waste of their money. Kind of trying to scare you into buying from them. I'll tell you that one small businessman from Lake Havasu actually helped. He asked for the model number of the unit, and he called the owner of the Coleman Mach company and got the current replacement model number, knowing full well that I was going to purchase it online. That number matched the one for the sale that I'd been looking at. I was able to make the order online. I also paid $12 extra for a FedEx 2-day delivery, and sure enough, it arrived as promised. I cut the power again, this time working earlier in the day. I went back up on the roof. Yeah, I'm back. Back up on the roof. And sure enough, this motor was a perfect match.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You know, you don't have to be handy to RV, but it does help. We ended up spending about $200 for this repair, just hoping that the compressor holds out. But to pay full price just for the parts, it would have been close to $500, and to have a tech come out would have cost us at least $70, and parts and labor could have easily come to $1,100 or $1,200. It wasn't hard, and YouTube has a wealth of information and how-tos on this topic. A few tools and a little knowledge can be quite beneficial. Well, we're ticking away at our before the road to-do list and could always use your help. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, like, share, and comment on this and all of our videos. Help us to grow. We'll be on the road soon and keeping our eyes out for you. See you again next week. Same bat time and same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
In the meantime, please travel safe.